Hi, my name is Vijay. I am a barrister who specialises in age assessment challenges, and I'm going to talk to you about the guide produced by the All for One group. They are young people who've been through the age assessment process themselves, and they produced a guide which will help other young people going through the very same process. It's no surprise that this guide, this resource, is really accessible, not only for the young people who will be reading it, but also for the professionals who will be involved in the age assessment, the social workers, the appropriate adults, and it provides essential pointers for those professionals from the viewpoint of the young person. Now, I've been involved in age assessment work for many years now. I practice here as a barrister in the UK, but I also volunteer in Greece in the refugee camps, where I work with age disputed young people. And because of that experience, I've seen how fundamental the age assessment challenge process is to that young person's future. You see their vulnerability and you recognize that the proper determination of their age will not only affect whether they are safe in terms of being provided with proper accommodation, proper support, a guardian, but it can also affect how they're treated in terms of any claim to be a victim of trafficking. It can also affect the determination of their asylum claim. So it has massive, massive implications. And this guide will hopefully remind um, all the professionals involved in the process about that. And as I say, inform the young person. Because too many of the age assessments I see are unfortunately flawed and unlawful. They contain reliance on appearance and demeanour, even though those are notoriously unreliable. They fail to consider the impact of trauma, even though the literature shows the impact of trauma on memory, the ability to provide a consistent or coherent account, and indeed the effect that trauma has on the aging process. Age assessments fail to take into account the informed views of others who viewed that young person in informal settings with other young people. I become involved when the legal process needs to start, when we need to take the case to court to challenge the age assessment, when the local authority refuses to change its mind. And that's after we've sent letters explaining their duties and what's gone wrong. And if they don't agree, then a court will have to decide. A court will have to decide for itself the age of that young person, doing the best it can by listening to the young person, by listening to the social workers, by reading any documents that the young person has, if they have any. Many do not. And by making a decision on what's called a balance of probabilities. So if there's a 51% chance that that young person is under 18, then the court will make that decision, also exercising what's called the benefit of the doubt. So if there's any doubt that person's under 18, then they'll be treated as under 18. As I say, I believe that the guide will be very helpful to all involved, and I hope avoid a need for age assessment challenges. The young person will hear the voices of those who've been through the very same process. They'll hopefully be more informed of what's going to happen and also their rights in terms of challenging what's happening. And in terms of the professionals, it reminds them of their duties and what they need to do to protect that young person's best interests. And therefore, I believe that this is an invaluable and timely resource. And I believe that every young person and professional involved in the age assessment process should have it with them. Thank you.